Generally, when you listen to a TEDx presentation, you tend to hear the speaker begin with some sort of formal introduction. So if this were a conventional TEDx talk, I'd begin by telling you that my name is Jared Silver. I'm a 10th grader at Central Bucks East High School, and I have a passion for making the world a better place. But this talk is not conventional, and this talk is not about me. It's about you. It's about us. It's about how we, together, can make the world a better place. From the moment we're born and throughout the entirety of our lives, we're taught and imbued with a set of principles that define who we are, who we become, and what we're capable of accomplishing. This set of principles is known as conventional wisdom. But what does it mean to be conventional? And why should our wisdom be that? Conventional means normal. It means average. Conventional means ordinary. But what I'm here to say is that we can do better than that. We can be better than normal, greater than average, extraordinary. Now, this is slightly embarrassing. It looks like I'm getting a phone call. Hello? No, I'm not particularly busy at the moment, just giving a TED Talk. Why, what's up? Really? That's pretty cool. Huh. All right, you know what? You just hold on one second. You guys mind? I'm kind of on the phone here. Yeah, I'm back. The audience is being kind of loud. Yeah, that is pretty cool. You know, maybe I should call you back. These guys are giving me some pretty weird stares on the stage here. And yeah, I'll talk to you later. All right, bye. I wish you were standing where I'm standing right now so that you could see the reactions on the faces of those sitting around you. The reactions tell a story of awe and confusion and dismay. Why is this kid, who's been blessed with this tremendous opportunity to stand on this stage in front of all of these people on a video that will be shown to thousands, tens of thousands, potentially even millions? Why is this kid wasting his time talking on the phone with one of his friends? This is what wasted opportunity looks like. And in spite of all of our reactions, this is something that each and every single one of us does every single day. In today's day and age, there are more things vying for our attention than ever throughout history, and at a time when our attention spans are at their shortest. And for that reason, it's imperative to recognize that doing things is not the same as getting things done. If you truly want to make a difference in the world, if you want to make the world a better place, you have to recognize the difference between doing things and getting things done. Let me give you a little example. The other day, I was on Facebook, as I occasionally am, keeping up with former clients and business associates, as well as some friends and some family. And I noticed that they had pushed an update to the website. They added in the ability to choose from a select group of default status updates. And those status updates were as follows: watching, reading, fueling, listening to, eating, and drinking. Now I want you to take a moment and see if you can see a common theme in all of those options. The first thing that I immediately noticed was that each of those options was an example of a passive activity. That is, an activity in which you're not truly getting anything done, necessarily. Of course, there are instances in which you could do those things and actually be making a difference. But for the most part, if you're watching television or listening to music, that's really not making the world a better place. That's not changing the world. And this really comes down to the thing I said earlier. Doing things is not the same as getting things done. And it's a little bit difficult to recognize sometimes, because throughout the course of human history, we've been trained not to think this way. Doing things is well within our comfort zone. Doing things, falling back on the passivity of our daily routines, is something we've been trained to do by society for years. It's comfortable. It's well within our comfort zones. And there was a time in human history when your comfort zones was aligned with something known as a safety zone. And what that means is if you're outside your comfort zone, you're also outside your safety zone. You are in danger. There was a time in human history when if you were outside your comfort zone being scavenging or supporting your tribe, your group, there was a time when if you were outside that comfort zone, you were actually in danger of death. If you were outside your comfort zone, you were in danger of being kicked out of the tribe, out of the group, out of the farm commune, and were therefore in danger of starving, of dying, of being killed by an enemy group, an enemy tribe. But today's world is very different. In today's world, your comfort zone and your safety zone are no longer aligned. And this is something that was brought to my attention by Seth Godin, a very well-known marketer and philosopher, although I'm not sure if you would like that term to be used to describe him. And he makes the point that, as I just stated, if you're in your comfort zone, you're in the wrong place. Let me say that again. If you're in your comfort zone, you're in the wrong place. If you're in your comfort zone, you may be doing things, but to truly get things done, to truly make a difference, to truly make the world a better place, you have to step outside your comfort zone in order to really make a difference. Let me tell you a little bit about how the human body works. I know it seems a little bit strange. I'm up here talking about our comfort zones, and now I'm talking about the human body, but stick with me, you'll get it. Now, if you've ever lifted weights or done any sort of strenuous exercise throughout the course of your life, you're probably familiar with that burning sensation your muscles tend to get. For instance, if I was lifting weights, I would feel that burning sensation right here in this muscle. And what that burning sensation actually is your muscle sustaining millions upon millions of microscopic tears, which, over the course of the next few days, your body then heals, leaving your muscles stronger than it was before. What's important to note here is that your muscle failed. It lost the battle with the weight. It sustained millions of small tears, millions of small failures. And yet what allowed it to grow stronger was exactly that. This is exactly how we work. This is exactly how our minds work. When we step outside our comfort zones, it's scary. We might fail, and it might hurt. But these are the things that enable us to grow as people. And I recognize that this might seem a little bit scary, because we've been trained against this type of thinking for the entirety of our lives. Sure, we're told, leave your comfort zone, try something new. But whenever we do that, we tend to be punished. Here's what I mean. From the moment we enter elementary school, we're taught to follow the directions. We're taught to follow instructions, taught to follow the rubric. We're told to be creative and to think outside the box, but every time we do that, we get penalized because it's not what the rubric says to do. It's not what the instructions say. It's not what the teacher directed. But people who truly make a difference in the world, the people who really make a lasting impact, are those who don't follow the rubric, but follow their hearts. Those who don't merely write what they feel will get them a good grade, but write what they actually feel. Don't follow the rubric, follow your heart. Now, I'm going to do a little activity with you guys. I want you to raise your hand as high as you possibly can. So go ahead, raise your hand as high as you possibly can. I don't care if you're watching this on a train, on a plane, in a bus, in a classroom, in a public library, wherever you are watching this right now on video, or if you're in the audience right now. Raise your hand as high as you can. Now, I want you to raise your hands even higher. What's up with that? This is another activity I learned from Seth Godin at his live event in Tribeca, New York. Godin made the point that throughout our lives, we're not trained to do our best, despite being told to do our best, despite being told to give it 100%. We learn to always hold something back because we know that we'll always be asked for more. The rubric doesn't teach us to do the very best we can. The rubric teaches us to fulfill what the rubric says to do. Don't follow the rubric, follow your heart. And with that being said, following the rubric is well within our comfort zones. It's what we're told to do. It's doing something. But in reality, it's not getting something done. It's not making a difference. It's not outside our comfort zones. We're not leaving our comfort zones and growing as people. We're not following our hearts. And in reality, this concept is applicable to much more than just education. If I had the time, I would give an entire TED Talk just on the education system alone. But what we need to do is look even broader than that, because there's more out there than just school. Over the course of the past few years, I've had the privilege of running a small online business. And in those years, I've learned so much. One of the major things that I discovered was this. Don't just make $1, make a difference. This is a principle by which I live my life every single day, and by which I think all of us should live. Throughout our lives, we're trained just to follow the rubric, and we're taught to stay inside our comfort zones. But if you truly want to make a difference in the world, if you truly want to change the world for the better, you must recognize the difference between doing things and getting things done. You must recognize the importance of leaving your comfort zone, because if you're in your comfort zone, you're in the wrong place. You must recognize that if you're following the rubric, you're following the wrong thing. You should be following your heart. And if you're in any sort of business venture, if you get a job, if you're supporting a family, always remember that don't just make $1, make a difference. And in reality, all of these ideas are encompassed by one ultimate idea. One idea which I believe can change the world forever. One idea which, if we all adopt, will assuredly make the world a better place to live. And that idea is as follows. The question isn't so much, are you capable of changing the world? As it is, what about the world do you wish to change first? Together, we have a tremendous opportunity in front of us. We have the opportunity to make the world a better place. You have the opportunity to change the world. Don't you dare let that opportunity go to waste. Thank you.